King Solomon once said that a man's gift will make room for him in the world. So the gift that God has given his children, this is what you'll use to create wealth. This is what you'll use to make friendships. And there's also other ways to make friends and different things. But your gift will attract people to you. A man's gift will make room for him in the world. But the problem is that in the world today, and mainly in the world of Christianity, people think that their gift isn't from God. It's almost like they have to choose between using their gift and following God. But what if you don't have to choose between one or the other? What if God's the one who gave you the gift? He just doesn't want you to put the gift above him. And you'll see this throughout the Bible, even in the Old Testament. Israel, they had the hands to be able to work and to build and to create things, but they started to see themselves as higher than God. They thought they didn't need God because they were able to do things, so they just forgot about God. God just says to remember him, don't forget. Another thing is this: I'm an illusionist. I'm a magician. I do tricks. And in the world of Christianity, someone will look at an illusionist, because the type of stuff I do is not like kiddie stuff, like balloons and clowns and colors and butterflies and stuff. Like I do things that I look like I'm doing real magic, but it's not real magic. Like I'll do like mind reading illusions. And there's a lot of Christians out there who will think, oh, well, there's a lot of Christians out there who think that if you're performing magic tricks, that somehow that's demonic. And I say this because there's a lot of people who have gifts, but their gifts have been demonized. So someone who's good at rapping, they'll say you're not supposed to rap. If you're a magician or an illusionist, you're not supposed to perform illusions because that's demonic. When it's not, it's just a trick. It's a prank, right? A lot of people have different gifts, but Christians get confused on how you use your gift. Like how are you supposed to use your gift? Well, if you look throughout Proverbs, it tells you multiple times that you should use your gift. Your gift is given to you by God. Let's rewind back in time. When God created the first human beings, when he created Adam and Eve, he didn't tell them how to build a house. He didn't tell them how to build a chair, right? The chair, the house, the wood was hidden within the trees. The chair was hidden within the tree. They just need to learn how to cut it down, chop it up, and shape it into how they want to make it. So innately, you're created with the ability to be able to figure out how to build a house. Just like a fish desires to swim, the fish's gift is the ability to swim underwater and breathe underwater. Its gift is not to be able to fly. It naturally desires to do the thing that it was created to do. The difference with that is, okay, you take a bird. A bird naturally desires to fly. It was built with wings. So in its mind, it's like, this is what I want to do. This is my actual desire. So it just does it. It's not really even thinking about it. But human beings feel like they have to think about these things because it's almost like taking a bird and putting it in a cage. Follow my analogy. This is the human life, the human experience. It's like taking a bird and putting it in a cage and making it have to be stuck in one spot when its true desire is to be outside of the cage and fly. And this is what religion does to people, is it will take somebody, a gifted person, and it will enslave them. Like when they're in a bird cage, it will enslave their mind to where they think that they're not allowed to exercise the things that is just innate within them. So inevitably they experience depression. Like a bird in a cage or a dog in a cage or whatever animal. These animals want to do these things. They have the ability. But some human being came around and enslaved that creature. Now, I'm not fighting for animal rights and that. This is not politics stuff. I'm just using it as an analogy, right? So there are things that people have that people are talented with. Like there would be an artist, and an artist, a painter, they could do anything. They could draw a horse or paint the moon or whatever. But they've been indoctrinated to think that the only thing that they can use their gift with is they should only be painting Jesus Christ or three crosses on top of a mountain or something. But their gift enables them to do so many other things, but they've been indoctrinated to only just stick in one little lane. And you might have multiple gifts. This is also from God. Satan is not the one who gives God's children gifts. He's the one who distorts your gift. So, for example, let's take Jesus Christ for a moment. Let's take Jesus Christ. What happened with Jesus Christ when he was being tempted in the wilderness for 40 days, 40 nights? When he was in the wilderness 40 days, 40 nights, fasting, and by the end of his fast, Satan comes and tempts Jesus. And one of the ways he tempted him was he said, if you bow down and worship me, I will give you, he gave him a vision or something. He allowed him to see all the kingdoms of the world and all the power that they have. And he said to Jesus, if you bow down and worship me, I'll give you all that your eye can see. All the kingdoms of the world, all the authority, all the power that they have. See, Satan tempted Jesus with the very thing that he was already going to have. The problem was that Jesus just needed to go through his life and then die on the cross, raised from the dead. And then he says, all authority has been given unto me, both in heaven and in earth. So at the end of the day, Jesus ended up doing the thing that he was created to do. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're gifted with, Satan, his goal is just to distort your gift or cause you to get shortcuts, get success early. Or you think about Adam and Eve. He says, he told them to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Because he said, they knew that they weren't supposed to eat from the tree. So Eve says to him, God says not to eat from the tree because if we eat from the tree, we'll surely die. Satan says in return, God knows that you won't die. He just knows that if you eat from this tree that you'll be like him. And so she was tempted because she wanted to be like God, and she ate from the tree. With that in mind, she was already going to be like God anyway. Not going to be like God. She already was in God's image because God created man in his image. So with that in mind, your gift is innate within you. It's already there. It's your desire. Eve desired to be like God when she was already in his image. See what I'm saying? So the difference between the fish and the bird, human beings are in God's image. And this is why it's so confusing to be a human sometimes, because to be in God's image, you have ideas, many ideas. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot you could do. And you also have to deal with morality and making sure that this, whatever it is that you're going to do is moral. And then you also have to deal with the temptation, because Satan's not running around tempting the animals, saying to the animal, if you jump into this water, I'll give you dominion over the earth. Like, no, he's not tempting the animals. He's only tempting human beings because you're in his image. So this is just a little bit of what it is to be gifted and talented by God. Every gift comes from God. Every gift is good. All your gifts are good. Even if you can rap, it's a good thing. It's just how you rap. What are you rapping about? See what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that you got to rap about God, but you definitely shouldn't be rapping about drugs and different things. See, Satan will come to distort the gift, but God's the one who gave you the gift in the first place. So, all right, y'all, God bless. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, do all that good, cool YouTube stuff. And, subscribe.